Let me begin by saying this. I am not entitled to anything. I am, a citizen of this country who is seeking an opportunity to provide my contribution to my country through the office of the president. Everyone is equally entitled and everyone has an equal right to express that particular interest. It's like we are applying for a job. When a job is advertised, you apply. You may end up being 1,000 applicants. It's upon those who are going to give the job to sift through the applications and look at the criteria and what have you and decide who is qualified to do the job. And then that is the attitude I've adopted in this manner. I am ready, willing, and available to work with anyone who's facing the direction of forward and the direction of building a united, prosperous, and productive country. And in doing this, I say all the time, I'm probably one of the very few people now on the national political scene who doesn't have scores or issues to settle with anybody. I'm not here because I want to settle scores with anybody. I'm not here because I want to fight X or Y or what. I'm just basically interested in making my simple contribution to the development of my country. And anytime an opportunity arises for me to engage anyone, including my elder brother, Maraga, I'll be more than willing to do that. And then that time will come when all of us will have to have a conversation on how we are going forward. Already conversations are going on with some of my colleagues in the opposition on how best we can build a platform that will bring about real reform to the country. And I think that's going on well. And I believe in it and I'll continue participating in it. Linda Mama was introduced by the government I served, the Jubilee administration under President Uhuru Kenyatta. I believe in it. I believe in the policy. To this day, I am not able to understand. And when I say this, I want to say it in a very objective manner so that the leaders in government today don't think that I am necessarily criticizing them. I haven't seen even the Honorable Cabinet Minister in charge of the Ministry of Health robustly, articulately, and convincingly answering this question. Why did we move from NHIF to SHA? And yet, I keep saying the most rudimentary thing for any minister to do in terms of public policy is to answer the question, what are you doing and why are you doing it? Because the outcry is universal in the country about this SHA and so on. The outcry is universal about the provision of services, especially that affect, maternal health and so on. So why are we debating it? In my honest opinion, we should actually scrap it, go back to the system of NHIF that we had, together with the reforms we are carrying out on NHIF supported by the World Bank, and through that framework, introduce the program that Uhuru Kenyatta, Margaret Kenyatta worked on, called Linda Mama, to look at how we support our mothers across the country. That's what I would do if I was elected tomorrow. That's what I would do. I believe that whoever is elected president in Kenya is elected by Kenyans to be the president of Kenya. We, of course, cannot live in isolation. We are not an island. We operate within an international framework. And truth be told, our development partners and other nations are interested in knowing how our politics is going and how the future of our country is going to be. So from time to time, ambassadors, leaders in international organizations will seek to have conversations with those who want to lead the country, just because they want to know them and understand them. I think that is it, not to influence, because I'm not aware of British citizens or American citizens who are voters in Kenya. Kenyans elect their presidents. But you asked me a direct question. If I'm elected, will I be influenced by anyone? I will adopt the philosophy of Kenya first, Kenya second, and Kenya third. I focus on Kenya. I deal with the issues that affect Kenya and how best I can serve Kenya. In any case, that's the most rational thing you can do. But that does not mean that you will not listen to, or you will not talk to, or you will not engage with other players, because there's no nation on this earth that exists in isolation. That's why we support multilateralism as a country. We are members of the UN. We are members of the AU. We are members of many organizations. As for Chatham House, traditionally for a long time, many governments, including the British government and the British private sector and the people who are investing in the country, always look for opportunities to understand those who are seeking leadership in Kenya. Even the current president spoke at Chatham House. Uhuru Kenyatta has spoken at Chatham House. Kalonzo Musyoka spoke there before. And when I was invited to offer my views. And then there are many organizations that they want to know, the people who have offered themselves to lead the country, what they think about the country, what they think about international affairs. It's essentially a get to know opportunity, as it is. Our development partners and other role players, including big private sector investors who are interested in our economy, they want to know you. They want to understand who you are and what you stand for. So there's not. It's not really intended to influence you or shape your opinion, but just basically to understand who you are and so on. Foreign nationals in the country and foreign nationals engaging in activities in this country. I am on record. I even see videos circulating around when I, as Minister for Interior, I ordered a rescreening of our work permit system. And then I think I can take credit. I'm probably one of the only ministers who have done that before to ensure that work permits are given to people who are doing jobs Kenyans cannot do. They cannot be given to people to come and do jobs Kenyans can do. We cannot deny our citizens opportunities and give them to foreigners. And look, I deported so many people. I have to be frank with you. I deported so many people, and the provisions of the act allow the minister to take action in relation to foreigners in the best interest of the country. So where there are cases where, for example, foreign nationals have mistreated our own people, like the case where, you had foreign nationals beating up a Kenyan worker and so on, that's not a matter, for me, it's not an issue of debate or discussion. I deported quite a number of them. So if the government drops its guard, like I believe this administration has done, to the ridiculous extent of giving passports to criminals and so on and so forth, it's unfortunate for the country. We ought not to do it. Let's just say it clearly. We ought not to do it. We are supposed to protect our country, the integrity of our nation, and ensure that we respect the image of our nation. I don't want to imagine that the people who are in government don't understand this. They do. And then I hope that they understand the dangers of doing this. But as far as I'm concerned, if I was president, I'll maintain the same philosophy. I mean, Kenyans for Kenyans, Kenya for Kenyans, and Kenyans get the first priority in things. And it's okay for people to come to our country, but they have to do so lawfully, and they will have to be here doing things that are not inimical to the development and progress of our country. And if they do, I'll not even think twice about deporting them. And I deported quite a number of people, when I was Minister for Interior. I do not regret it. I'm very happy about it. And that is the way we should manage our affairs as we go forward.